This is my Glock 19. There are many like it, but this one is mine. The Glock 19 needs no introduction. It is perhaps one of the goats of concealed carry by Glock. It was their third handgun after the 17 and the 18. 17 is the full-size 9. The 18 is the unobtainium version that we cannot have here, really. It's the full auto machine pistol. This is their compact. I use compact. It's their language. Doesn't need much more than that. I think most people probably know what a Glock 19 is. 15 rounds, 9mm. So I've been carrying this for about a year. Bought it bone stock. Obviously, I've made some changes. Big one being right across there. Call me a ship captain because I'm loving the ports. Ran this in a match over the weekend. Actually, my first time running my carry gun in a match. Ran amazingly. I mean, it's a Glock 19. I wanted to make this kind of to show how I got to this point, and then my carry setup. Because if you're like myself, or if you're just getting into concealed carry, or if you've been in it for 15 years, you've went through holsters like nobody's business. So, quickly, go over the Glock. So what I've had done to this, it came bone stock. It's a Gen 5. I have a local gunsmith called Mod 1 Firearms. He does phenomenal work. He did my optic cut. He did the Cerakote. He did the stipple job, a little bit of framework, and he did the porting. So pretty cool, and I sold this, I did for my neighbor on the stippling. This is my outside, so this is my strong hand when I'm holding the gun. So this would be on the outside. What we did was we stippled the outside, left the weekend, not smooth, but the Glock factory stippling, so that when you get hold of the gun, still good grip, but when you're carrying it, this is up against your side or your abdomen, wherever you choose to carry. It doesn't bother you as much because and his stipple work is subtle, but it's got some great grip. So with that, talk about the ports. There's the C-cut porting. I have that on my 17. This is like the inline porting. It makes this shoot so incredibly flat. When you're shooting it, if you have a good grip, the dot is just not moving because that slide is just cycling back and forth, and the gun is planted so firmly in your hands. Had some good match, some videos from the match, and I had one where I turned, hit a target to the side, and you get a great profile view of the pistol, and it's just not moving. That has been a great addition. Some people say don't port your carry gun. Debris can get in it. I mean, it's, the gun sits in the holster, sits in my belt. I don't know. I think just having a hard time thinking of what can get in there. It's going to cause a malfunction, Another thing I've heard is people say don't port your carry gun. If you shoot it at night, you'll lose your night vision. Well, I would say go shoot your gun at night and you'll find out that it's not really a big issue. A gun going off at night, period, there's muzzle flash. I can't really tell an appreciable difference between ported and non-ported unless you get some real, when I have dirty ammo, you can tell, but with quality ammo, it shouldn't be a factor, especially with, they use like low flash powder. Got the porting going on up front, got the Trijicon SRO in the back. Love the huge window. I mean, it's massive and it still conceals really well. It's durable enough for what I do. I actually have, that's one of the arguments about these is they say, oh, well, if they're not as durable, they're not duty rated. Yada, yada. Unless you're wearing it on your belt and you're kicking indoors and, pulling people out of cars and stuff, works pretty well for an email warrior like myself. Did do the green Cerakote on the frame just because I think two-tone's fun. He was already doing work on it, so we get to Cerakote it. You may notice the trigger, also not stock. It's got a GPT, which is the Glock Performance trigger. Went with that because with the carry gun, the GPT is still considered like OEM factory part, and it is a massive upgrade. I can kind of show you here. It stages, it gives you a really nice flat wall right there, and once you hit the wall, on the original Glock trigger, there's still a lot of squish. Here you get to the wall, and it's just a little bit of pressure and break, and then on the reset, make sure you see that, it gets a really positive reset. like there's this, you get a lot of like, you can feel it almost pushing your finger to the reset, and then once you get there, you can just give it another little press, and you're right back in it. It's a drop-in replacement. Check some videos, pretty easy to do. As far as ammo, carry Federal HST 124 grain. There's some gimmicky stuff out there. Just carry what works. Federal HSTs have been around forever. They're goated for what they do. Holsters, this is where I'll give my advice, but you've almost got to just try what works for you, because everybody's so different. For example, if you look up a holster list, everyone's going to say Team Core, you know, the greatest, yada yada. I got one, tried it, didn't like it. I think they have a good return policy, which is great. This is a Tier 1 concealed minimalist, T1C-M, I think is their model. Don't judge me on the blue. I thought it was going to be, I'm from Kentucky, go Cats. I thought it was a little more like that, and it's like this basket weave carbon. It's heinous. It sits in my belt, in my pants. Nobody sees it but my wife. So I love how these fit. It's got the one clip. I've got a couple spacers there to push the grip back into my gun. This also can double with appendix. I think just for what you get, the value in these is incredible, and the comfort. The gun disappears, you don't notice it, and that's a big thing. I think a lot of people don't think about when they're getting into concealed carry, or they're gun shopping or holster shopping. If your gun or holster is not comfortable, I don't care how hard you try, you will eventually stop carrying it. It's just human nature, unless you are the most diligent person in the world, and I'm sure somebody's out there and does it. If your stuff's not comfortable, you're going to leave it at home. And if you leave it at home, what's the point? So this is my setup, about a year going. I actually have a new carry gun coming sometime soon. We're going to try out the Brother 92 stuff. But I'm always going to have this. I have had Glocks since I was 21. I'm almost 37. They just work. They're light, they're cozy, they're comfortable. Plus, they just kind of look sick. If you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed kind of the concealed carry talk, more stuff like this, I got my permit when I turned 21. So I'm almost 37 now. I have been carrying almost the whole time. You know, wasn't always as diligent as I am now, but it's something I'm more than happy to make some videos on. Obviously, in this day and age, you know, concepts for carry, people aren't even taking classes anymore for their carry permits, because it's just so many states it's being passed, you don't need a permit. When I got mine, I remember New Hampshire was like the only one that had it, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and I was like, wow, how great is that? And now it's, I can't remember how many there are, but it seems like there's more every year. So anyway, stay safe, carry on, take care of your family, protect your loved ones, be a good person, don't be a shithead. Thanks for watching.